Beyblades. Start streaming. We are live.
You just did a lot of things there.
Yeah, Beyblades. Let it rip. 3, 2, 1. Let it rip. All right, we're live. This is. I did not do what we were talked about, but it's okay. Which is putting the things in the pre-show notes.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
I will do that now.
All right, you do that, and I will talk to our friends.
Yes.
Hello, Internet. It's your boy, Keebler, sitting in Las Vegas. Love and Chokes Podcast, episode 257. Anthony is behind the switches, but he might be asleep at the wheel. He forgot to do the description. After he has completed the description, he will join us in this beautiful conversation. Today, we will discuss the outcomes and the fallouts of UFC 249, which was the first event since the restart of the UFC. We're also going to talk about the UFC that is occurring right this motherfucking second, which is also taking place in Florida on a Wednesday night. Just so they got to get these events in. Right now I'm watching Benitez and Morales. They're in the middle of round 2. So as we speak, there are scraps taking place. Now, speaking of scraps taking place and maybe scraps that won't take place, Mike Tyson was in the news after being seen hitting pads with Rafael Cordero, and we will discuss what that might mean for Mike Tyson, for boxing, and I might have some inside information that I don't want to discuss. Anthony.
Yeah.
I must ask you the question that is a burning question deep inside me.
Yeah.
What'd it do?
Not much. Just as we went live, I got told, "Hello, Keebler. Fuck Anthony. Damn, that's some serious lockdown hair." I don't know if he's talking about me or you, but probably.
Oh, he's talking about me, whoever that is.
That's Mr. Levy. It's not a whoever. It's.
Oh, Matt Levy. What'd it do? Yeah, my hair is very, very quarantine inspired. I need my whole head shaved, preferably by an attractive woman who likes weed and likes touching me and will exchange that haircut for sexual favors. Because I don't want to spend money on becoming more beautiful. But it needs to take place. Like, first of all, not only am I an ugly guy, like, let's go full disclosure for the people. Full disclosure is I have what some people would call a condition, but I would just say I have a habit of pulling my hair out, and that habit or condition has a name. It's called trichotillomania.
Oh yeah.
And I wish. Oh yeah, dude, look it up. Trichotillomania, and trick is like ch. Trichotillomania. Trichotillomania is the act of compulsively pulling out one's hair. I've done it since I was a small child. So I'm aware that the haircut needs to take place, not just for fashion, but literally for my mental health.
I believe you. I just think it's
I will get around to getting more fit to be around the humans by being of sound appearance.
Yeah.
You know, that will come.
Basically just buzzing your hair down so you can't pull your hair out.
Yeah, essentially that's what has to happen.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, I think that people know about this. I don't think that this is something I've hidden from the world.
Oh, God, this is getting very aggressive.
With the comments?
Liar, you're sexy. You are sexy. I would go gay and even sleep with a black guy for you. LOL. And that was from it's Matt Levy, yeah.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like, I mean, I don't want to say too much, but like, all right, fine, I won't say too much.
I don't know why you looked over there.
So there was a time when I first moved to Vegas that someone slid in my DMs, right? And they're like, "Yo, I'm a lesbian, and I identify this way, blah 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 blah, but I'm trying to get it in." And when I heard the voice, I swear to God, I was like, "Is Matt Levy? Like, is Matt Levy hitting on me?" Like, and then maybe I met up with this person. Who knows?
Yeah. And then what happened after that?
Maybe I did. So now if that's not disturbing enough for you to calm down those comments, I can get way weirder with it. Trust me.
I bet you could.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Were you able to see the fights of UFC 249?
I saw some of the fights that didn't matter, like Michelle Waterson and what's his name, Fabricio Verdum versus two chokes. He said I got two chokes.
All right, these are the fights. Are you saying those are the fights that you saw?
Those are the fights that I saw.
Okay, I did not see Miss Waterman fight. You know what I did see?
What?
I saw Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson destroy each other, and I think I may have seen a piece of Tony Ferguson's soul leave his body.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Justin Gaethje, like that moniker of being the most violent fighter, that is not a name. That is not shit talking. That's real shit. And like, even last night we were watching a compilation of his entire career.
Yeah. Like
from his debut until the point where he left World Series of Fighting as their undefeated champion. Right? The fucking beatings he was putting on people were of such epic proportion. Like, I've literally never seen some of the shit that he did. I saw a fucking suplex style slam where it looks like he basically cycled through the slam twice without letting the person hit the ground. It was like imagine I was gonna suplex you, then change my mind and change direction, and then suplex you again. Like, it was fucking insanity. Not to mention, the leg kicks that he was hitting in World Series of Fighting were stopping fights.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it stopped the fight one time. It was like more than once you saw dudes either give up or their leg failed them, or their leg failed them to the point where it opened up what could happen to their head. Like, bad, violent, awful things. The other thing that I think is remarkable about Justin, if you watch a lot of his fights, is he knows how much violence he's committing, right?
Yeah.
He's very aware of how bad the beating is, and he wants the referee to save this fucking guy. Like, more than once, it looks like he's talking shit after a fight. Like, he's like fucking pissed off. He's angry with the referee for not stopping it, for not saving the guy faster. And it wasn't like a one-time thing. I can count 4 times. He was like, "What the fuck?" Like I almost killed this dude. Like so that's who you're facing when you face Justin Gaethje. You're facing a guy who's 100% willing to die, 100% willing to kill you, but doesn't really want to, but he won't stop. Right. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you? Like, that's a special guy. He's a special guy, and I look forward to the next time he fights. Now, the question is, after the violent beating he put on Tony Ferguson, like, to the point where at the end of that fight, it's not that like, oh, like, it wasn't that Tony was hurt so bad that he couldn't continue. It's like, dude, he was in that state of I probably shouldn't continue for a long time.
Yeah.
And like when people were asking about the stoppages from 249, the 2 stoppages that people seem to have a problem with would be the Dominic Cruz stoppage, argument being he was on his way up to his feet, and the Tony Ferguson fight where they say, oh, the argument is you got to let him go out on his shield. He was still on his feet. He was trying to defend. Like, look, man, if you want to debate the Dominic Cruz, we can debate that. I think that it was a clean enough stoppage. I understand if you're either Dominic Cruz himself or a huge fan of his, after 4 years of not being able to compete due to injury, you'd like to see a more conclusive ending. Yeah. I understand that. But if you get hit a bunch of times and you don't significantly improve the position, and I mean significantly improve it, like not go from knees to 1 knee and a foot, like significantly improve it. He had to move with a little bit more urgency, and he didn't. So like, call it a strategic error, call it a tactical error, if you don't want to call it a knockout. But it's a fair stoppage.
Yeah.
Like, nothing was stolen from him. Nothing was stolen from him. If you leave enough so that there's a reasonable interpretation that the fight could be stopped, you can't be upset when the fight is stopped. It was you gave him enough room to hit you that many times without you doing anything offensive back. And a lot of referees are going to jump in and stop when they stop seeing offense from you. You cease being offensive, you're in trouble as they perceive it, then that whole time that you're taking those 11 strikes in a row, they're like, oh, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it. If you're not on your feet and starting to face that guy at that point, they're probably going to fucking stop it.
Yeah.
And being on one shin and 1 foot isn't enough. It's not enough. Now, if I'm in your corner, I'm yelling for you, right? I understand. But, like, you have to also understand that it goes back the other way. And it does. Now, in the case of Tony Ferguson, dude, I think you could have stopped that fight way earlier. I think you could have stopped that fight 30 or 40 seconds before that even occurred. Like, it was a very difficult thing to watch him take those shots after he did a couple. Like, somebody at some point named it the chicken dance, like when your legs start to go and, like, you're just not yourself anymore. Like, he was in that state for quite some time. And in that state with a guy like Justin Gaethje who can separate your head from your fucking shoulders, I think it's reasonable to stop that fight too. Yeah. And now Tony has a better chance of having a normal-ish life, right? Like, who knows if he'll have a normal life? I know his orbital's fractured.
Oh, yeah.
And that happens a lot. That happens a lot in fighting sports.
You know what doesn't happen a lot?
In all combat sports. What?
2 weight cuts in the same month.
So, okay, for those who do not know, Tony Ferguson was slated to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib couldn't make the fight for whatever reasons were made public. It appears that perhaps the health of his father was a factor, but Khabib did not make that date. And on that date, on the date they were supposed to fight, Tony Ferguson elected to make the agreed upon weight for the championship fight. So Tony took it upon himself to cut from about 168 pounds, I think the day of the weight cut, down to 155, and to demonstrate that he did this online. Be like, yo, I cut the weight, I made the weight, just so we're clear. Then 3 weeks later, he makes that weight again to fight Justin Gaethje. Now, Tony Ferguson said that this weight cut did not affect him in any way. Did you hear what Justin Gaethje said about it?
No.
I thought it was very interesting and very compassionate. What he said was he believes Tony when he says it didn't affect him. But Justin believes that had he cut 3 weeks earlier down to 155, it would have been detrimental for him.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very, very... That's a thoughtful fucking answer. That shows like an intelligent, thoughtful guy. He's like, I respect the fact that he says he's 100%. I don't think I would be. Like, that's some real shit.
Yeah.
That's a fucking straight up gunslinger. Like, just telling it how it is. That's not a convenient story. He's like, yeah, had that been me, I might be in some fucking trouble, but I believe Tony is at his top, like I believe him, take him at his word. But I feel the same way. How could you be at your top? You're depleting yourself, man.
Yeah.
You're depleting yourself.
There's no way. Like, no. Also, which I think is funny, but it's very interesting what happened. Oh Jesus, I'm taking Zoa's verbiage and using it for myself. So when Dominic Cruz comes out and says this guy smells like beer and cigarettes, I don't know what's going on. I want a new ref. What's this about? And then the referee goes hard in the paint online. Every post is about Dominic Cruz now. It's about, this is what I look like after smoking cigarettes and drinking beers. And there's a picture of Dom's face just beaten up after his fight.
Dude. Okay.
Like, that's going hard.
I think he's talking about Keith Peterson.
Yes.
The little guy with all the tattoos. Now, I don't know why I think this is possible. Is Keith Peterson straight edge?
Let's see.
And I'm only asking that because I'm a fucking racist, and and it is a white dude who's super tatted up, and I really funny if he was like old school punk rock straight edge. It was like, not only was I not fucked up, I've never been fucked up. And you know what? You know what's fucked up? Yeah, face. Like, if that's his take on the shit. I think that's kind of funny. But maybe Dominic has a legitimate concern. Is it possible that he was fucked up? Is that possible?
It's very possible.
I would say it's entirely possible because I've been to fucking MMA shows, And I know that coaches get drunk sometimes.
Right.
I know that. I'm not incriminating me. Because that's literally one of the only lines I have.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get drunk and then do stuff with combat sports. I might do something else. I might smoke me a little number. I might hit me a little vape pen off in the cut if I can get away with it. If the lady in the nice jacket from the athletic commission isn't breathing down my motherfucking neck. I might do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But whoa, there's a giant gash. Oh my god, I just saw something sick in the UFC that just happened.
Oh, yeah?
I couldn't tell if it was I think it had to have been a shin, but someone got like a compound looking. Oh my god, I had to look away.
I'm guessing this is the Jara Banks fight.
No, it was the Benitez Morales fight, the one that just ended.
Oh wow.
There'll be some image somewhere of it. Something gross has just occurred. But where were we before my fucking lunch almost came out of my mouth?
Oh no, I don't want to see this. What is it gonna be?
What's the title of what you're looking at? It's like horrific
prelim fighter leg.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. It looked like a shin. Like a giant gash.
Whoa.
That was deep.
Whoa.
Deep enough to maybe put your whole motherfucking thumb inside of.
Oh no, you could definitely put a few digits in there. Like
a little digital penetration in the shin.
Like, I don't even know what they did for that. It looks like it's just still open. You ain't worried
now
about.
They're showing my homegirl cheesecake.
I ain't worried about COVID. I'll tell you that much.
Dennis in our corner. Damn. Shout out to Cleveland for having the name Cleveland and for being an all-around good dude. Shout out to Dennis and good skills to Sarah Cheesecake. I really hope she fucks up Sajara. No, yeah, there might be a name. There might be a name that she was once called. This Sajara character.
Oh yeah.
Was once called. I'm sorry.
I said, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was something.
Yeah.
There was something involving a dumpster.
Oh.
And a colloquialism for semen.
Oh, don't worry. I have that too. I have an article about that. Don't worry. Don't worry.
There's an article?
Yeah, there's not about her specifically, but an article about semen.
What?
Yes.
I'm scared. So we were talking about Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje essentially, and I just think it was a good stoppage. I wish Tony Ferguson well. He had a great run at 55, and if he wants to be back, he will be back.
Yeah.
But Mr. Gaethje has a date with Khabib. It would seem.
Yes.
But I think that Khabib situation might get complicated, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because today it was definitely made public, and for all I know, because I'm not a gossip guy. I don't know about news the second it happens, but it was made public because Dana White mentioned that he wishes the best for Khabib's father. That Khabib's father is very ill and in a coma right now. And with that being the case, and with the closeness that Khabib has to his father, I think it's safe to assume that he will not be fighting until that health situation is resolved one way or another, for better or for death. And even once that's resolved, it may be quite some time before he wants to fight.
Right.
And I'm really just speculating here. But I would not be shocked if Khabib's father does pass, if Khabib decided not to fight anymore. And not because I just don't have the heart for this anymore. None of that. It's not because of anything soft, really. Yeah. It's like there's a chance that that's why he was fighting. There's a chance that he was fighting as an extension of his father's skill set and knowledge. And not just for himself. And that if he can no longer truly be that extension, if he has to be like the embodiment of it, that's a different thing, and he's not interested in doing it. Like, there are athletes that function that way. that when they lose their mentor, they decide to back out and just like, oh, I'm good. I don't need to do this.
Right.
And you're talking about a guy who has money to do that if he wants to. So there's a chance that one, Gaethje Khabib never happens, and that the whole reason that we were at this fucking dance was Tony and Khabib.
Yeah.
Trying to fight for the 5th time. And then a pandemic stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been freak accidents, there have been missed weights, there's been everything. There's literally been a worldwide shutdown.
Yeah.
If Khabib's dad passes, that fight will never, ever happen. Mark my motherfucking words.
Yeah.
That fight is never going to happen. That fight's never going to happen. Yeah, you know what? Even if Khabib comes back to fight, it won't be Tony Ferguson. They will never book that fight again, and they shouldn't. Because if they do, a goddamn comet might crash into the earth.
Good.
The world might think they want that fight, but we don't want that fight apparently.
No, I do.
We don't want that fight.
You don't want that
because
fight.
We can't manifest it.
No, you can't manifest it. I never say anything about not
You
wanting.
can't manifest it.
I can manifest it if I want to. All right, guys. All right, give me a second. All right,
COVID. That's your manifestation phase?
COVID's over. COVID's over. All right, guys, go back outside.
Is Ohio open yet?
Somewhat. Yeah, some parts of it. Some like you're supposed to social distance. You're supposed to do all that stuff. Technically, there's still a stay-at-home order. But things are opening up. But they'll probably close again. Things will probably close again soon.
You're like, yeah, but I'm not optimistic about things remaining this way.
My math is going pretty swimmingly right now in terms of calculating deaths before it happens. So,
whoa,
yeah, I'm like, I told my girlfriend that by the end of May we'll be at 100,000.
And were you dead on?
I'm not wrong so far.
We're not at the end of May yet.
No, we're not, but we're already at 85,000. We started the week off at 80,000. So.
You're like, I like the pace we're at, guys.
I like the pace we're at, too.
It's so fucked up.
I know. I have become such a dark person
so dark.
With statistics. What else?
I mean, how could you know?
Actually, there's a lot of good reasons. There's a lot of good statistics you should look at, too. But I don't care about that. But it is crazy. I think you will see a lot of people lose their mind very quickly and a real protest happen, I'd say at 4th of July. If things just don't change where people.
Whoa! Stop!
No, I'm not joking.
Stop.
I'm not joking, dude. I'm not joking.
Anthony,
I'm not joking.
Anthony, I don't have time for civil wars. Okay.
You don't have to be a part of it, dude. I'm not a part of it.
Time for this. Look,
I'm not a part of it. I'm not white. I don't got time for this.
They're trying to pay people off so that we don't go to fucking war. Like that's why you get $1,200 in the mail. You're not supposed to buy an AR with that 1,200. All right, you're supposed to buy some ho-hos, get slower.
No man, get them bullets, invest, and
get
go.
More complacent. God damn it! I'm gonna have to buy me an AR.
I mean, think about it though. You think
I'm gonna have to start running.
Yeah, running might be the best thing, but think about it. It's everybody, all these people are losing their minds because of their lack of freedom. And in certain places, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna keep this going," and it's like, "Oh, we're gonna keep this going. Cool. Let's get more white people with guns out there. Oh, you want white people with guns out there? We got black people with guns out there too because we gotta make a statement as well."
Stop.
No, I'm dead serious. It's very interesting. There's now you see black people doing the same thing as white people with guns. They just stand out there like, "Hey, I'm here too," protecting my black representative out here, walking them to the courtyard or to the the legislation building, whatever it's called in Michigan, and they're out there too. This black lady's like, "I was scared to go, but I didn't ask you black people to come in and help me. I don't want you guys here either. I don't want anybody to just walk up to the Capitol with guns. No."
It's all bad.
Yeah, it's all bad, but it's gonna get crazy.
Fuck Michigan, dude.
Guess what? Showtime doesn't have boxing anymore, but guess what they will have? Bellator. What? Bellator is moving to Showtime now because their deal with the Zone is over.
Okay, so that would make sense as to why Dana has been going super hard at Espinoza. He went in on him very randomly. Somebody mentioned Steven Espinoza, And like Dana was like talking about something else, and he was like, I fucking hate that guy. And like he started talking again, and he was like, fucking Espinoza, that motherfucker. Like came back to it. Like it wasn't done. He wasn't done being mad. So that makes a lot of sense. I think he already didn't like him, and the fact that he just acquired Bellator's rights or whatever, however the phrase goes, would make it even more like fuck this motherfucker, because like he went in on him like for a good like 45 seconds. And if you think about it, if you're asking me about other shit, and I was like, you know what, fuck this guy, da, 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 da. I just brought up some random dude that I didn't fucking like yeah, all right, I got an example.
Yeah.
Like when I was doing jiu-jitsu in Ohio, there was a guy who was like set up like oppositionally to me because he came from my academy, left my academy, and opened up another one under a different team, right?
Oh, wow.
And so when people were like, how do you feel about this guy? Like, I would no-sell it most of the time. I'd be like, whatever, you know, people do what they do. But if you're like my close friend, I was like, fuck Kenny, dude.
Kenny, jeez.
Fuck that guy. I hope he fucking dies. Like, I would say crazy shit about him. But I don't give a fuck about any of that anymore.
Nice.
But like in my heart of hearts, like I know that it, like I don't care.
Right.
But like if you were like, oh man, that guy fucking his legs got chopped off by a helicopter. He was doing a handstand, and then his helicopter came by, chopped his fucking legs clean off. I'd be like, oh really? Is there any video of this? Like,
I want to masturbate all day long to that video.
I'm just saying, I would watch the video, but like I don't sit around thinking bad shit about this guy anymore. It's a waste of energy, and it also like I don't believe in stuff, but like how much can you spend your time focusing on some negative shit before something kicks you in the dick?
I mean, it kind of just happens anyway. I don't think that matters.
Dicks do get kicked.
Regardless.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, regardless. Oh, quick thing. Also, back to this. They might bring back more.
Let's go, cheesecake.
Boxer versus. They might do either boxing versus MMA fighters, or they might do 2 events in the same time slot. Like you're gonna have boxing and Bellator going on at the same time.
Yeah, they've tried shows like that before, where they have like sometimes them set up in the same like arena. I think same arena side by side rings don't work. I think aesthetically it looks fucking stupid. You can't do that.
Yeah.
What you could do is a simulcast, where you had like one event happening in one place and another event happening in another place, but maybe like timed events. So like you wouldn't want to have like long breaks between events, but maybe like one was the main event and then you shared like the co-main. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you could overlap so that one would end and the other one would still have the main event left and you only watch that main event. Like maybe the boxing main event could be the thing that like gets the thing that you hold on to, because nobody watches fucking boxing prelims. No one watches them. People watch UFC prelims, even early prelims, but nobody sits through all the fucking boxing matches. You watch the goddamn event.
I just thought of something.
Like who fought on the fucking Wilder fucking
I don't know,
Tyson Fury undercard?
Nobody knows.
Name one fucking fight.
Nobody knows.
So then you should schedule it like that's the truth. So then you should be like, all right, we're gonna do this MMA event. And we'll do the whole fucking event. And then after the main event, we're going to take you over to the blah, 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 where the main event of this boxing match is taking place. That would work. But if you try to put it under the same building, it will not work. This is just my opinion. Because there were already shows like this, like K1 Dynamite tried to do it. Bellator has tried to do it before with kickboxing, when they had Bellator kickboxing for a second. That shit did not work. But we shall see.
I think that the way
I want everybody to be successful in this MMA game, because it means that people I care about have a chance to have more jobs. There'll be more opportunity and more money for people that I care about.
Yeah.
So I hope they're successful. I don't think that one is in opposition of another. I'm a fan of AEW and WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So I don't see why I can't be a fan of the UFC, of Ryzen, and of Bellator all at the same time, and hope that Glory does well as well, right? Like I think all of these combat organizations can figure out ways to compete against each other that benefit each other.
I mean, no, it'll just benefit. Like it'll benefit the fighter and the consumer, but not the company. It's like,
Have
nah.
you seen the footage of Tyson hitting mitts?
Oh yeah, I have. Scary. Stay home. Stay home, kid. Stay home.
Uh-oh.
Stay home. We love you. Stay home. We love you.
Did you lose me, Anthony?
I did. I'm just talking to you, but I hear you. I did see Mike Tyson hit mitts.
I think you're back.
Yeah, I did see Mike Tyson hit mitts.
You did.
I'm not. Stay home, kid. Stay home. Like, we love you. Like, I don't know if you saw him go do the interview. I don't know. I think it was British Sports or somebody where they did like this interview of Mike Tyson, but it was more of like a monologue where it was just him talking. The questions were already asked, and you didn't see him. And it was just like a nice close up shot of this guy. And like when he talks, he looks so happy. He looks like even when he's talking about boxing, he looks so happy. Like when he was doing it for like money, not for Joe Rogan. He looks so he looks so much happier. So why would you want to like put this man back in a place where, oh yeah, the last time I was here, I was poor. My best friend died. My mentor, my father, whoever you want to call it, died. That's what I remember. Oh, and I bit some guy's ear off. Those are the things people remember my boxing career of. And then all the people I knocked out dead. Be happy, dude. Smoke weed.
I am of a similar opinion. So Rafael Cordero is a famous striking coach in the MMA world, famous for holding pads and directing the striking of people at the level of Vanderlei Silva, like fucking legends, right? So a little piece of footage. We're talking like maybe 10 seconds of fucking footage leaks of Tyson like turn his shit over and them hips fucking moving, Jack. And everyone's like, oh, like it's just like yesterday. And it's like, first of all, go back and watch that footage from when he was young. It is not the same thing.
No.
They do say the power is the last to go, and it does look like those things would fucking murder you, like, right? But let's not act like they're happening as quickly as they once did. They're still happening faster than I can do them. Like, I can't even Tyson hop. Like, I can't even do the Tyson hop. I can't even do it. I lack the coordination to do that today, right? Tomorrow could be another day. Yeah. But if you were like, Darren, I'm going to cut off your fucking arm at the wrist if you don't Tyson hop properly in the next 15 seconds. I'm probably going to lose my hand. Like, I'm probably lose my hand, and that's too bad for me. Like, unfortunately for me, I'm going to lose my fucking hand.
I guess.
But I don't want to see Mike Tyson fight ever again. He's a middle-aged man. There's no need for him to take any kind of damage or put himself at risk for any kind of damage. And when you hear him talk about how he views himself after spending time doing DMT and the person that he believes he was and had to be a competitive boxer, he was talking about how he doesn't even really like to work out because he can feel that motherfucker creeping back into his life, the guy he doesn't want to be.
Yeah.
And so for people being like, oh, he's got 20 million reasons. Oh, I would fucking... First of all, you don't know what the fuck you're saying. Like, neither do I, by the way. But, like, you don't know what the fuck you're saying. Like, we've never been Mike Tyson. Yeah. We don't know what that's like. We don't know what that entails, but he does. And he was like, I should not be that guy ever again. He has said that on multiple occasions. So now you throw money in front of him, and you're like, but... ruin your life for this, huh? Like, like how irresponsible, how selfish of us to want to see Mike fight.
Like, I'd never.
Don't give up that takedown, cheesecake.
I
fucking separate from this bitch and punch her face off.
Never want to watch Mike Tyson fight. Like, no.
No, I would not watch it. If that were happening, I would not watch it. I would refuse to watch it. Anthony, if that weren't weird news, which it wasn't, unfortunately, that's actual news. Do you have any weird news for me?
Let's see. A diabolical stench floods of... Wait, why is this... No, this can't be good news. Fine. That was old news. I can't use that one. Dog with 2 right legs defies the odds and learns to walk.
Show me.
Let's see.
If I had 2 right legs... So does that essentially... I mean, I guess you do have... yeah, your legs are different. I think of my legs as different just because they're bowed.
Yeah.
So, like, if you had both of my right legs, your legs would look fucking crazy. They would just look like little waves. Like, my legs go like this.
Yeah.
Like this general shape. They do. And if I only had one set, it would just look like a C. Like my legs would just be like this weird S curve.
Well, it's not. It's
nobody needs that. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, but it's a dog, bro. So it's a little bit different.
So the dog has only 2 right legs, no legs on the left-hand side. See, I've seen things like that, but usually I've seen the dog be with like 3 legs.
Yeah.
Right. So Puppy only has 2 legs.
He's winning fights.
And Puppy's living a happy life.
He's beating up other dogs. He's beating up other handicapped dogs.
See, that's what they're like. Look, it's a healthy dog. Watch him bully this other dog.
The dog has no back legs. It's like, oh. But yeah, this.
I've seen dogs like that too, where they have like a wheelchair gimmick.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I want to have a wheelchair gimmick when I grow up.
He defies logic.
When I'm a real dog.
Why would you want that, dude? I want robot legs. I want to kick people as hard as I can.
I want to fuck people up with my fucking cyborg dog legs.
Exactly. Oh, other weird news.
Oh, well, that's a feel good story, Anthony. There's like 5 dogs in my house right now for shoot.
Got some other weird news for you. I'm sorry that you have 5 dogs in your house.
That's really that's 20 legs. That's 10 times the legs of your stupid dog.
Uh-oh. We have a gym owner arrested for reopening prematurely.
Oh, for opening the gym?
Yes.
Yeah, like, look, all you fucking jiu-jitsu guys who think you're about to be renegades, get ready. Get ready. Because, oh, my man, you know what? My one training partner is a cop. He's a blue belt, so I'm pretty sure we're good. You're going to fucking jail. You're going to fucking jail.
Yeah. Basically, they...
Yeah, dude. For sure you're going to jail.
Yeah. Basically...
Yeah, elbow that bitch.
Well, basically the dude was gotten warned multiple times that he shouldn't open, and they told both him and his customers not to come in. They did, so they came in and arrested this dude, put him in jail.
Oh, dude, so Jara might get fucking armbar here, just so you know.
Oh, nice.
Now she's still in an omoplata. She's has to keep moving. I'm listening.
Okay, that's pretty much it.
I know this lady is fighting someone I want to have lose. I want her to fucking win.
No, that's fair.
All right, so I'm gonna...
Basically, this guy wasn't supposed to open his gym. He did, even though they repeatedly told him not to. And it's just like, cause apparently there's a certain phase you're supposed to open up your gym in California. I think it's phase 3.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah. I mean, look, but there's a lot of factors here, right?
Yeah.
Like, at what point do you say, okay, they're either the cops are gonna put me in cuffs, or they're going to change the locks on my doors, right? Like, if I can't open, I won't be able to make rent. If I do open, I might make rent, and I might go to jail. You got to start weighing your options out, and that fucking sucks. And thank God I don't have to fucking think about that.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm not in a place where I have to fucking make that decision. And, like, to anyone that would truly judge someone for making either decision, like, honestly, go fuck yourself. Like, you don't know what you're saying. Like, everybody's situation is different, and everybody's capacity for risk is different.
Right.
And that's a huge part. That's a huge thing to consider when you decide to open a business. A lot of people that have, like, gyms, jiu-jitsu schools, shit like that, they open them as passion projects that end up making enough money for them not to work their stupid job anymore, and then they stop. But they never really were a business guy, right? Like, they're not running a business. They're trying to do something healthy for themselves, something that, like, benefits them and that they can earn from. And then you take that away from them and they don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
And so now you have a person who's getting to a spot where they're desperate. Better that they unlock the door of their gym than break the fucking window at your house. Like, think of it that way. Yeah. like all of those things are within the realm of possibility, you know? So, like I said, I don't begrudge anyone that's making those kinds of choices. Like, I'm glad I'm not in these streets right now.
Right.
Anthony, we're about to do a workout. I'm gonna watch the last round of cheesecake and this dumpster. We We must make an abrupt end to this episode.
Yes.
But it is not because we love you any less.
No. I do have announcements to make.
In fact, give it to me.
We can have a scientist on I actually know a scientist. I didn't realize this. I actually know a scientist who's doing coronavirus stuff right now. So if we want to, we can do that.
Is it a girl?
Yes, it is.
We will have them. No, I'm kidding. I would have said yes if it was a guy too. It's just funnier that way.
Is it a girl?
All right, cool.
Yes.
We will have COVID conversations with someone who's informed.
Yes.
Which is something that I'm looking forward to, actually. Anthony,
yes.
This is goodbye for real. Internet, I can't express to you how much we love you. Shout out to Becky Lynch. Congratulations on making a person. We love you. Goodbye, Internet. XOXO.